This is NR2003 Predicts. We take the entry list of NASCAR's top 3 series, send them through the ratings algorithm, and see who comes out on top. Here's a few tidbits to know heading in. The driver ratings are updated race by race to reflect the performance of that driver throughout the season, as well as at that specific track in recent years. The races are at 100% length and use normal tire and fuel wear. The starting lineup will match the real-life qualifying using the provisional starting order, not the one that includes drivers heading to the back. The weather will match the real-life start time data, and commentary will match the real-life scenarios, not the standings that will be posted at the end of the video. And as always, this series is for entertainment purposes only. Using artificial intelligence and using the results of this race for gambling purposes is discouraged. The Xfinity race taking place in heavy rainfall. Noah Gragson going to be able to pull it out of the bag. Kaz Grala, AJ Allmendinger, Harrison Burton, Austin Cindric also finishing inside the top 5. Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, Michael Met among the playoff contenders back here in the top 20, also including Brandon Brown. Probably not a result that's going to get him into the next round of the playoffs. Now it is time to move on to the Cup race, which is still experiencing heavy rainfall. This is going to be quite a different scene for this final race of round number 2, green flag, here at Charlotte. And right off the bat, Chase Elliott, the 2019 winner of this event, gets off to a leaping start, but they are really crawling around these corners. Obviously, the rainfall is making them drive a little bit slower as they try to navigate some standing water. It's been raining almost non-stop since yesterday, when we saw a lot of precipitation affect the race. Now they are just trying to see if they can get to the end of this one, or at least get through the first lap. They're finally going to rejoin the oval portion of the racetrack, which is really going to be the treacherous part. Obviously, rain tires intended to be used for these road courses, but never have they been used on these rovals until yesterday, and now being used once again. Could have an issue here in the chicane on the backstretch. Ryan Preece getting into the wall. Definitely going to see a lot of incidents throughout this race, ranging from single car to possibly multi-car. Only a couple races taken place on this track so far in this configuration. Alex Bowman leading the way on the average finish, 3.0 for him, although he hasn't been able to claim a victory yet. Looking to see if he can turn that around today. And have some more problems here in the chicane. This time it's Ty Dillon getting into John Hunter Nemechek. He was trying to avoid Kyle Busch on the low part of the racetrack, and they're obviously trying to avoid the paint that's down there. That's the slippery part of this track when it's damp. There are 2 winners from the Roval. Ryan Blaney claiming the inaugural event after the dramatic finish with Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott taking the win last season. And we're going to have some contact here. 3 rookies involved. Cole Custer going around off the front end of John Hunter Nemechek, and Brennan Poole really plows in there. Going to cause a lot of front end damage to his race car. That'll send us to a caution period where Chase Elliott will go to pit lane. Trying to play some strategy already. Now that puts Denny Hamlin out in front, but then the 11 car will go down the pit lane, and he's followed by the 1 car of Kurt Busch. So this seems to be strategy playing into effect right off the bat. And we also see that Kevin Harvick is going to go down eventually. Now we have Eric Almirola out in front, Clint Bowyer. 2 top 5s here at this racetrack, along with Alex Bowman. They're the only 2 to finish in the top 5 in both events so far. Several drivers have been able to get top 10s in both of the events so far. Ryan Blaney being one of them. Looking at him running in the 5th position at the moment. But obviously some different pit strategies playing into effect. And we're going to have even more problems in the chicane. This time it's going to be Eric Jones trying to get through, and it's going to result in him getting into Christopher Bell. It looks like he might have hit the wall before that happened, but that is going to be coming up toward the end of stage 1. We'll get a caution there, and that will give Eric Almirola the stage victory, followed by Tyler Reddick, Clint Bowyer, Alex Bowman, and Ryan Blaney. Martin Truex Jr., Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, some other playoff drivers getting stage points that time around. So strategy continues to play a factor, as now we see Jimmy Johnson. He's going to be out in front. But Chase Elliott looking to make a move right down low. See if he can take the lead right away. 48 holding strong, though, looking for that victory, but it looks like the 9 car will eventually get by. Going to be some problems here in the chicane at the front stretch. Bubba Wallace getting turned by Brad Keselowski. That's got several drivers going to the inside to avoid it. Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, Ryan Preece. They're going to have to stop on that front stretch to avoid a penalty. And Christopher Bell going through at the front end of the infield road course. And there's going to be a couple of Rick Ware cars plowing in afterward. Josh Balicki, Brennan Poole, who's already been in an accident so far. That will lead to another restart. Johnson out in front once again. Even though he had faded back, he's continuing to stay out there and try to get some track position. Oh, but problems here for Joe Gibbs Racing teammates as Denny Hamlin and Mark Truex Jr. get together, and that's going to put a dent in the door of the 88 car. The 4 of Kevin Harvick just barely avoiding that one. But as it turns out, the 4 might actually have some problems as he went to pit lane for an extended amount of time, and now he is at least 1 lap down on the field, and that is a big disappointment for Harvick. But fortunately for him, it looks like he has enough points that he's going to make it through to the next round. Just not going to get the victory here today. Stage 2 is going to end. Clint Bowyer, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher up in the top 5. Brad Keselowski, Eric Almirola, Kurt Busch, and Martin Truex Jr. also among the playoff drivers getting stage points here. Another restart and some more strategy playing into effect. Austin Dillon, now the one out in front, trying to see if he can make his way into the next round. Could be a big opportunity for the Richard Childress Racing driver. Meanwhile, Kyle Busch about to go a lap down. Denny Hamlin is now taking the lead, and he is going to put his teammate down a lap. You can see he's got major front-end damage, and that is going to be really damaging to the 18's ability to make the next round, as he was already in a hole coming into this race, and the rain and the roval have not been kind to him, trying to see if he can get past the round of 12. Michael McDowell's putting up a great performance right now up here in the top 5. A road racer by trade, and he is really navigating this rain well right now. We saw some surprise performances last night. And now Michael McDowell putting up one of those here today as Clint Bowyer trying to work his way up toward Denny Hamlin. You can see he's got a lot of front-end damage. Plenty of drivers sliding around here, getting into each other, getting in the walls. And that's really going to inhibit the 11th car's ability to get forward. But coming up on the lap traffic, Clint Bowyer is going to get in the John Hunter Nemechek as he was just about to try to take the lead from Hamlin. Hamlin's going to come down a little bit later. He's going to make a scheduled stop, and Bowyer will be quick to follow. But that was a real inhibitor right there from the 38, and I believe that's going to actually take him out of the race as we're going to see some contact here between Alex Bowman and J.J. Yaley. That's in the chicane. Bowman was leading at the time after taking the lead over from the pitting Hamlin and Bowyer, and that is going to end up bringing out a caution. So now we'll see Hamlin out in front once again, working to see if he can hold on to the lead, but there's going to be problems here in turns 3 and 4 of the oval as William Brown's going to get turned by Ty Dillon. Michael McDowell is also going to go up into the wall. A great day going for the 34 is not going to last as he's going to have some damage, and 18's going to slide here, trying to race the 88 through the chicane. Problems keep continuing, and now we're going to restart once again. Hamlin out in front, Bowyer just behind, followed by Logano, who we haven't really mentioned a lot. Chase Elliott there still in 4th place, trying to see if he can win this thing. Hamlin trying to hold off Bowyer right now, but 14 really sticking to him. And coming through this infield section, Bowyer trying to make the outside work, and it looks like the momentum might carry him through. And he's going to grab the lead, and Hamlin is unable to keep up with him. We mentioned Bowyer's got a good track record here. He's also a road course winner. Got a victory at Sonoma in 2012. And trying to see if he can do that here in the rain. Just announced that he's retiring at the end of the season. This will be a great swan song for him. And Chase Elliott, he's got issues, and he was running inside the top 5. And that is a heartbreak for the driver that had won this event last season. And it looks like this race is going to get called. Elliott was trying to make it back around the pit lane and unable to make it happen. Bowyer gets the white flag and then the checkered, and he is going to go to victory lane. Quite the run for the 14 team. As we mentioned, Bowyer going to be retiring at the end of the season, and he has been able to claim a victory right off the bat, and then followed by him is Denny Hamlin Joey Logano, Chris Buescher up there in the top 5, along with Jimmy Johnson. Great run for him. Eric Almirola, Kurt Busch, some playoff drivers putting up top 10s, and also good run for Ty Dillon up here. Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Alex Bowman working hard to try to keep themselves in contention, and Kevin Harvick, bit of a upset for him as he fell down a lap earlier on in the race and was unable to get it back, although he'll get up to the top of those drivers just one lap down. And Kyle Busch, he just really hadn't had anything going good for him, and it looks like he is going to be out of the playoffs after just 2 rounds. It's going to be a disappointment for him, and also for Chase Elliott, who was looking like he had something going for him, and then suddenly engine went kaput just a few laps from the end of the race. John Hunter, Nemechek, Matt Kenseth, Eric Jones, other drivers dropping out. That is it for NR2003 Predicts. We hope you enjoy the race, and we will see you all next time.